We know that for some of you, kicking back and diving into a single-player experience that has you invested in its world is a great use of your gaming time. And for many of those worlds, it's how exploration and traversal pans out that makes or breaks the experience. Thankfully, there's no dearth of options when it comes to games that just let you loose in its long winding roads that have a lot going on as you travel along vast worlds. So we've put together some titles that we honestly think fit that description and are certainly worth getting lost in. Some of your most memorable gaming moments could be waiting just around a corner in the world, so let's dive in. Number 1, Days Gone. A vast expanse of map waits for you and your trusty motorbike in this one. It's a pity that its beautiful landscapes are marred by the presence of vicious zombies and humans desperate enough to forget their moral codes. But a large part of the game involves cruising along the map on your motorcycle, ensuring you have a safe way back to it if your next dangerous plan doesn't pan out the way you wanted it to. Play things right and you're back on the road, albeit having to make a quicker exit than your entrance. But you never know what else you might discover as you blaze a path to safety in such situations. It's a world that does a good job of keeping its players invested in Deacon's melancholic tale. Number 2, Pacific Drive. From its riveting opening to a rather bittersweet ending, this is a journey that's underlined by a literal bond between your driver and the station wagon you commandeer at the start of your adventure. It's a story beat that works well for the narrative, while also giving you a reason to travel far and wide in your car. The game's premise provides the scope for a journey like no other, along roads that want you to discover everything that they have to offer. We're not going to forget some very special and memorable anomalies during our time in the Olympic exclusion zone in any hurry, especially the ones that mess with our beloved car. Number 3, Death Stranding 1 and 2. Whether on foot or in a vehicle, Death Stranding's trek through a very memorable adventure with Sam Porter is all about traversing a beautiful yet hostile world. Guiding Sam to his next delivery destination is all about the different things you can discover or be forced to work around that you can find along the way. It's a journey like no other, and it's a road that's as unpredictable as the many threats you're likely to find before you do make it to safety again.
A bit further now.
There's always a sense of anticipation as you travel across America, Mexico, and Australia, and a sense of awe when you discover the next thing that has been hiding. The original Death Stranding and its sequel, On the Beach, continues to make us smile fondly at the memories that it's given us. Number 4, The Crew 2. Now there's a case to be made for The Crew 2's scaled down take on America that really brings moments where it's just you and your car to life, as you make your way between its various activities. Although it's meant to be played with your buddies, its persistent open world design means that it's quite easy to just get exploring, driving around in your favorite ride and having some racing fun along the way. Of course, getting to pilot aircraft and operate boats were welcome additions here, but our first sight of the Grand Canyon in this massive world was definitely among the highlights of driving around in it. Number 5, Jalopy. Splat and Lutfi's journey in this one was nothing short of a masterpiece as far as memorable road trips go. The Jalopy in question is almost a character all of its own, requiring a fairly realistic amount of upkeep to keep players ticking along in the narrative as they discover more about what was waiting for them at the end of it. The option to keep the adventure going after its rather sad ending just adds more intrigue to an already satisfying journey. This is one that's all about the journey, although there's a case to be made for that destination being a very memorable moment. Number 6, Final Fantasy XV. In another adventure that has its protagonist accompanied by memorable companions, Noctis Lucius, the Regalia, and the Chocobos sure make travel and discovery a very memorable part of Final Fantasy XV. Now it helps that your posse is right by your side for the most part, their banter and conversations making the adventure come alive as you travel across Eos. It helps that you can customize the Regalia and Chocobos, giving your adventure that personal touch that makes such experiences special. Whether you're chugging along on the road or soaring across the skies to your next destination, this is a game that makes the journey there a very enjoyable facet of the experience. Number 7, Red Dead Redemption 2. Arthur's journey is one that absolutely exemplifies the feeling of being on the road, with endless possibilities and a world where life goes on even if you're not part of it, being baked into the actual adventure. This is a world that's alive and almost thrumming with activities, secrets, discoveries, and content that's sure to make your time with this one unforgettable. There's nothing that beats a conversation by chance that turns into a full-blown series of side quests, or the many quirky characters the road leads you to in this one. There's also the fact that you need to care for your horse as you would in the real world, and a host of activities that make your time on the road feel quite authentic and immersive. As far as open worlds go that put you on the long and winding road, this one absolutely continues to be a classic. Number 8. Mad Max. Max Rockatansky's determination to build the magnum opus, and the fact that his vehicle is a very crucial part of the adventure, is reason enough to qualify this one for our list. But it's in the way that the magnum opus weaves itself so naturally into the gameplay loop here, and the combat in particular, and makes itself a star of the show. It's narratively valid, and the fact that customizing its parts can force you to make trade-offs in other aspects makes for a layer of immersion and engagement that solidifies the bond between man and machine in this one. The open world is a stage just waiting for you to discover, moments where you and your vehicle are given an opportunity to shine. Number 9. State of Decay 2. Now, this one's a constant challenge for the world around you, a tale that builds a community around the struggle, and one in which the world can get quite unpredictable, to say the least, from moment to moment. From the need to nurture your community and take down the area's awakened heart, every zombie-infested site is a chance to take your story down a path that's different to the one you actually began with. Now, a lot of it comes down to your fellow settlers, and weaving everyone's journey together into a gameplay loop that's quite addictive, making each bit of territory you free from the zombies an achievement, and a very satisfying one at that. Number 10. SnowRunner. This is a title where the simulation of off-roading on rough terrain is accompanied by very flavorful discoveries that spell out the stories of the regions you explore, while you witness your own role in fixing them up firsthand. It's a great way to have you braving its landscapes, taking care of your fleet of vehicles, while getting invested in a progression loop that becomes quite interesting the more you make your way through a region. It connects you to the land you're exploring while your vehicles carry you through it all, making this a journey that just draws you into the world it presents you with. You're the focal point of an interesting bridge between the past and the present, and it's up to you to build it up one success after another. Number 11. Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5 serves up surreal beats as you roam a world filled with calamity, but it's the people you meet and the friends you make along the way that makes this one a worthwhile journey. The ability to recruit locals who resist the local militia and their rigid control over the land is a great addition to this open world, and adds some nice flavor to the entire journey that's just too great to ignore here. Now, it helps that you forge relationships to discover more of the story and side content as you go, along with helping the local resistance, resist the militia's growing influence, of course. You're a cornerstone of that struggle, and the journey felt personal and, as a result, very memorable. Number 12. The Long Drive. The road goes on and on in this innovative concept that's literally all about being on the road and letting the journey continue. With a focus on freedom, immersion, and exploring the vast desert, this one gives its players a lot of freedom to just enjoy that journey. You're given a lot of reasons to just hop into your car and drive along, never knowing where the road might take you in this randomly generating desert. If you're looking to immerse yourself in a game where the adventure takes you down unpredictable paths, then look no further. Number 13. Forza Horizon 5. Mexico proved to be a great location for this installment in the Horizon series, and driving along to stunning vistas was both entertaining and visually memorable. Getting to drive fancy, fast cars on roads that wound between different elevations, climate patterns, and of course new discoveries was a treat. There's an active volcano, ancient structures, cities, towns, jungles, and beaches to find and explore, making this title find reasons to put you at the wheel and send you along on your journey. Number 14. Stalker 2. Heart of Chernobyl. Survival in the zone and navigating the complex relationships that govern it, while also ensuring that you get enough food and sleep, is quite an immersive loop in GSC Game Studios' much-awaited return to its popular franchise. Recruiting people to aid in your journey, while the many discoveries and anomalies that await you in the zone give this entire world a sense of mystery and venturing into the unknown that can be quite hard to top, honestly. With the PlayStation version on its way, now might be a great time to dive into a game whose journey to its current build is as interesting as the one it presents to you. Number 15, Ghost Recon Wildlands. Operation Kingslayer was a brilliant stage for the adventure that awaits you in this very immersive open world. With so much variety in the terrain, along with a lot of freedom with how you approach any mission that you can find out in cartel-controlled Bolivia, this is a world where every inch of land you capture could be one worth the memories, and it even lets you disable your AI companions if you believe in taking single player literally. However, there is a case to be made for bringing up to 3 buddies along for the ride. That immediately makes this one a worthy addition, although the AI companions are always there if you're going for a suitable middle ground. Either way, dismantling a cartel has never felt so immersive and entertaining too. And that wraps up our favorite titles that put us on the road and just let us build our best memories of them along the way. Here's to many more such experiences out on the horizon. So, what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.